who do you think woke us up? Yeah, she's over here running away because she wants to see her mom, and then I'm over here laid up with her mom. Like, yes, it looks terrible. Like, hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. Today's notification shout out goes to Palito 2009. Thank you so much for all your love and support. You have commented over 100 times. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad you guys love Potato Jade. Sometimes I'll be cracking up when I'm using that filter and then they come out with more filters. I'm like, this is cute, this is cute. So thank you so much. Finally have my voice back. You guys, after that story time, my voice was like, like it hurt. It literally felt so inflamed, and I feel like it took so long for my freaking throat to like feel better, and I kept telling everyone around me like it's because I'm supposed to because during this time so many things have happened and I would be screaming on the top of my lungs, okay, but I had to like, don't be like that, don't say that, it hurt so much. What did help was gargling with salt and warm water. That helped the most, especially with the inflammation. Like I was sleeping like this, like that, because oh, it hurt so bad. I was like, oh my gosh. And then my baby's got it, and whew, more things have been happening, and it's been crazy, like super just I will be doing a story time soon about the play date from Helibit, you guys. I'm just like I think I met little Sam 2.0 chiquita. I was like, ain't no crazy. But anyways, let's get into with a new story time. I cannot believe we're in April. We're in April. It just snowed yesterday. It's freaking cold as hell. I'm like, what is going on? This Utah weather is crazy. I did my nails. They're not the best, but let me show you real quick. Here's my nails. I did my nails. Look how cute. Different. The little bunny. Oh, little bunny. And my OCD has been crazy. OCD, ADHD. Literally stuck in the room just like doing my ritual over and over and over and over. And what sucks about doing this, first, it's exhausting. Second, if you miss doing the ritual and then something actually happens, like the regret you feel is insane. I'm looking into what I gotta do to help me with that. And if you guys have been with me for quite some time, you guys know I have this reoccurring dream since I was like super little, and I have had a few FAMBAM and my sister-in-law tell me to do EMR, I think it's called EMR therapy, which pretty much they try to help you. And I'm at the point where like before I didn't want to, because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if it takes me back to, this is gonna be like really intense, but the first time that something happened between me and the POS. So I'm just like, is that why like it's being suppressed so much and I can't really, and it's like I'm rethinking about it as a dream, but it's getting to the point where it's like irritating me so much where like I wake up and I'm like drenched in sweat, and I think it's time for me to probably unpack that. If it does help me remember what happened and why I keep having that dream, or what the heck, whatever, you know, hopefully it can help me and I can just like heal from it and like move on. Because like I'm telling y'all, these dreams are very like intense. It literally feels like a freaking scary movie, like the beginning of like a scary movie. I just want to be able to know like why the heck I keep dreaming that. And my sister-in-law keeps saying like do the therapy, that she's done it and it worked really good for her. So I'm going to be doing that. EMDR therapy, to de-stress from traumatic memories, to help the brain reprocess them. Okay, EMDR therapy. Okay, that's what it is. That's something new, because I'm telling you guys, this freaking nightmare. If I could just like pluck it from my freaking brain and put it out there and like have you guys like see, it's freaking creepy where it literally like scares me, and I know I'm dreaming when I'm having it. So I try to go farther and farther in my dream, but it doesn't allow me to. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can uncover what the heck it is, because as I have been going to therapy, there has been times where I get triggered and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had suppressed that memory so much. So if that's just therapy, I can just imagine what like everyone's like, oh, you think that's gonna do something? No, this is like the, so I'm just like, okay, yeah. Anyways, we are now in April. Let me know what you guys are doing, what your guys' plans are, all that good stuff. I would love to know. Let me know what you guys are currently doing. If you guys are cooking, if you guys are cleaning, if you guys are working, if you guys are working out, if you guys are driving anywhere, I would love to know down below. Or if you'd like to tag me on Instagram, I would love to see what you guys are doing as you guys are watching the story times. I really do enjoy that. All right, you guys, I love you guys so freaking much. And if you want to be part of the notification squad, all you have to do is just like the video, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and your comment could possibly be my next notification shout out. So let's get into today's story time. Boom. Chicka bing, 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 chicka bing. Chicka bing, bing. My husband don't understand like girls' moods. He be like, I just don't get it. I'm just like, well, good thing I do. And this is what she needs. And we gotta just let her have her little moment over there. Okay. So anyways, okay, so let's do a little recap. Previous story time, Mr. Peach is taking a sweet time because he's supposed to be picking up Sam, but he's taking a sweet time leaving because he thought I was going to throw a fit about the journal. So he's taking a long time. Maria pops up. He wants to talk to me. He leaves upset because he's like, I want you to talk to her. She's been having a hard time dealing with all this, which that's not my problem. I hate when people, when they do something, but when they need something from you, they're like, oh, it's so hard. Okay, were you thinking about how hard it was for me? Nope, you're just thinking about you. She gives me a whole speech about how Ray is so misunderstood. No one understands him because he's such an attractive man and everybody wants him and poor him and woe is him and blah, blah, blah. Like literally he has her so brainwashed where he is the victim. Like insane. I'm not falling for it. I'm just like, and she's like, so you forgive him? I'm like, no. She starts to cry. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So I go and pick up Munchkin. She scares Munchkin. We end up calling Mrs. Peach. Mrs. Peach is like screaming on the top of the lungs, like to get out, get out. She finally leaves. Vacation comes and picks up the babies. I have the casa to myself. End up fighting with the ex because me and him get into it and he's smiling a little bit too hard on his phone. He takes off. As I'm like just chilling, hanging out, Baltimore pops up. She's like, oh, ha ha ha, I ruined your plans. Little does she know she didn't ruin nothing. So I end up going with her because she puts it in my head, like, what if someone breaks in and like does a bunch of stuff to you? So like I start freaking out because I'm like, why would you put that out into existence? Like, what's wrong with you? I end up going with her, staying with her. We go thrift shopping, we go food shopping, and she kind of makes like a, you know, like a slick kind of shady comment. And she's like, did you take food from me so you can give to Tommy? And I'm like, what? No, Sam took food because she's over here freaking riding the bus going back to her mama. She's like, if you just need food, just say that. So she's being petty. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, have you ever been around somebody where you just feel like, stop talking? Like, and it's just so annoying because if I really think about it, I'm just like, okay, she didn't always really annoy me, but like just like the moments that she would really get under my skin, I'd be like, stop talking, stop talking, stop talking, because it was just so much. Like literally it was a lot. Like, have you guys ever seen that episode with Malcolm in the Middle where Malcolm is like really quiet and he ends up just like blah, like freaking sangre because he was just like keeping everything in here? Oh, like, oh, she irritated me. Anyways, I'm like, can I go take a nap? Can I go take a nap? Because I don't want to deal with her anymore. She says, yeah. I go upstairs, I take a nap, I wake up because I can kind of hear like some slight arguing, some arguing going on. And I'm like, okay. And I go downstairs and I see Sam's mom, and that's where we left off, and that's where we're going to begin. Okay, so real quick before we begin, let me do the chart of who Sam's mom is. I named her Sunshine. It goes Sunshine. She had Cheeks and Baltimore. Okay, Cheeks is Sam's biological mom, but Sam was raised by Sunshine. I'm over here pointing, hopefully I could put the names on here. Okay, she was raised by Sunshine as mom. She didn't find out Cheeks was her mom until Baltimore wanted to be petty and the balloon and was like, oh my god, did you tell her yet? When we were on like a little vacation. Okay, Cheeks, Baltimore, and Mrs. Peach all used to be friends. Baltimore is Sam's sister aunt. Cheeks is bio mom, but she was raised as Sam's sister. You know what I'm saying? Sam sees Sunshine as her mama because she raised her as her mama. Okay, she refers to Sunshine as mom, and she refers to Cheeks as her sister, but Cheeks and Sam are like this. When Cheeks came around, Mr. Peach was like, oh. Cheeks is the one who got away. Like, literally, she's the one who got away. She is drop dead gorgeous. She tiene todo. She is beautiful. You can see where, like, Baltimore is very envious of her. Cheeks and Baltimore aren't really buddy because Cheeks was with Mr. Peach, and one night Baltimore was like, oh my gosh, and slept with Mr. Peach. At the end of the day, who's a perro sucio? Mr. Peach. Baltimore's always wanted him. He was Cheeks first. Baltimore wanted him, didn't get him. Mrs. Peach got him. She stuck around. That's the whole shebang. Okay, so my face fixes quickly because I came down kind of annoyed because I literally thought Maria took her happy ass to Baltimore's house, and there she was like, oh my god. Like, I literally thought that's what was going on, but I was wrong. So when I seen her, I was like, Sunshine. She's like, Alexis. And so she like hugs me. She is so freaking nice. Okay, she literally is sunshine. So she's like, Alexis. And I come down, she hugs me. She tells me like what the heck is going on, that it's just been so many crazy stories that she's been hearing. And she's trying to like talk to me, but the thing was, she was like looking at my face like, this is me, okay? And she's like just looking at my face, and like, and I was like, oh my gosh, is she mom looking at me right now? Like, she was probably looking at me like, girl, you lacking some vitamins, some B12, some, and I was like, like, I just felt so, but she was checking me out. She was like, you know, like, what the heck? Why does she look like this? Like, she was like really looking at me. I kept like tripping up on my words, and her eyes just softened as she looked at me, and I really hate that look. It kind of feels like a petty look, you know, you're like, oh, bless your heart, you know, that kind of look. So she asks me if I'm staying there, and I tell her like, yeah, for the time being. Tells me if I could take her bags upstairs, and I'm like, yeah, of course, yes. So I like run up the stairs, put her bags in the room, and I come right back down because I'm just like, like, girl, like, I want to talk to you too. Like, I run back down. She's laughing. I sit at the dining table with her. She's asking like a million questions to Baltimore, and Baltimore is like super defensive, rolling her eyes, just like really rude. Sunshine is just really confused of, she doesn't understand why Sam is not here. She is just confused. She doesn't get it. This was just supposed to be pretty much like the last resort. What's going on? She said that they were going to be helpful. She kind of gets defensive because I'm listening, and Baltimore tells her and stuff like, oh, I don't want to be having this conversation, especially in front of her. I'm about to get up, okay? I was like, oh, okay. Sunshine grabs my hand. She's like, ¿Qué? Déjala. Like, I'm like, she's not doing anything to me. That what is she talking about? That if anything, like, I probably know more about like what's going on with the situation. And so she kind of like just passed my hand down. She was just like really sweet. She was just like, no, girl, like, don't pay her no mind. Like, just like, and so they're talking, and the whole time she's just like holding my hand so like I don't get up and go anywhere. And I can just remember just like me just like like stretching my hand because like I was like overthinking everything, like my hand's sweaty. Oh, this is so embarrassing. So they're pretty much just having the conversation of like, why did she leave? What's going on? Baltimore's pissed off because Baltimore's like, why are you here? You should have just stayed where you were, because now it's gonna be even harder. Sunshine's like, what do you mean? Like, I could not stay there. I have to come over here because if I stay over there and she shows up, she's just gonna dip. Baltimore is like, now she's going to think that you abandoned her. She is just going to be lost over there too. I am just kind of like, ugh, this is just messy. And I'm like, oh, did Mr. Peach know she was coming? Is that why he went and got Sam on the bus? Because like he knew. Like, I just have like so many questions like in my brain where I'm like, oh yeah, like how is this gonna play out? Like, oh, you know, Sunshine is mad. She is upset. She's like, I just don't understand why she does not want to be here. Like, what is going on here? And as she's saying that, like, yes, I'm being petty. I'm like, should I have been? No, but I couldn't help myself. Like, I don't know why. Like, I hated that I would get like that at times where I was like, it was like obvious because like I wanted to be shady on purpose. Do you know what I mean? Where it's just like, oh, that's not something subconsciously that you're doing. That's something you're doing on purpose. You know what I mean? Sunshine needs to take a nap because she's like, oh no, like this is just too much for me. And I tell her, I'm like, oh, like let me go put new sheets on the bed. Let me go get it ready. Like, because I want to. When you genuinely like really like somebody and you want them to feel comfortable, like it's nothing for you to like do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Side note, God forgive me. God, please. Because when moments like this occur, the other part of me feels bad because automatically I think about my grandma. I'll be like mid doing something really kind for someone, an elder, and I'm like, dang. But like, how come when it's my grandma, it like hurts? You know what I mean? So doing that for Sunshine, I remember like even when my grandma asked me for like a simple task, I'd be like why? Like I'd be like so upset because I'd be like, why do I gotta do it? But then I'm over here in a quickness doing it for another elder that's like that hasn't even been in my life long. You know what I mean? And like recently when my tia was down, we were changing the sheets for her. I was cooking for her. I was making sure that her drink was filled and she wasn't coming up and down the stairs. I was like making sure she had her ice cubes and her water and making sure this, like, you want seconds, Tia? And like taking care of her. It was no problem. Taking her out to eat, paying for the bill. Let's go here. Taking her shopping, buying her this, taking her that. Like it was no problem for me at all. Even my kids were doing it like easy. Like it just came naturally. And when I was taking care of my tia, it had me thinking about how my grandma in Texas, after we had the argument about my stepfather, she had asked me to make her coffee and I was like, can't. And like I really felt like saying like can't, because it's just like, one, like Jade, like you're in her house. Two, it just flowed out so like can't. And then seeing my mom's reaction where mom's like, Jade, like, okay, I'll do it. Like, and I was like surprised like my mom didn't scold me because my mom's really used to like scolding me just like off the jump, you know? But I think my mom seeing how it's just like, like I'm done. Like I can't, like I'm done. And I still have not talked to my grandma, you know? But things like that. And when I'm reminiscing too, I'll be like, oh, like I hope that feeling shakes. And then I do feel bad because I'm like, there's gonna be a time she's not gonna be here no more. And I'm just having to tell myself like, it's okay, Lex, because she knows that she doesn't have that much time either. And she's still not making the effort with you. She don't even make the effort with her own kids. What makes you special when you're her grandkid? Do you know what I mean? So I have to constantly remind myself and parent myself in that way of like, you're good. You're good. Little by little, it's, you know what I mean? But anyways, so I'm like, I'll get it ready for you. Like, I really want her to sleep good. Like, I really want her to be comfortable. Not to get kudos, not because I'm just like, I mess with you. Like, I like you. So I was going to go upstairs. Baltimore is like, don't touch this sheet. Like, there's certain sheets because everyone's particular about their things. And I just like flash her a look like y'all. I was just like, bitch, don't tell, that's your mom. Like, I was just like, ugh. Like, I would say who raised you, bitch, but she a nice lady. Ugh. Like, I was just so like, Sunshine kind of just like, kind of like chuckles, like laughs because like how I looked at her daughter. I was just like, ooh, you know? And then she's like, oh, look at her acting like she's a nurse. And oh, she's so helpful. And Sunshine's like, yeah, she is. Mr. Peach tells me all the time, she's very helpful. And she's just like, ugh, puts the dishes in the sink. And she's like, she's so helpful. And then she can come clean these. And Sunshine tells her, like, don't go overboard. Don't go overboard. Like, no te pasas, no te pasas. And I just bolt upstairs. Because I'm like, I don't care. Like, y'all, I was like, ooh, like, yes. Like, oh, like, I was just so excited. And I was just, like, so happy for Sam. Because I'm like, I hate when little Lex cries because damn. I was so happy for Sam because I was like, oh, you're gonna get your mom. You're gonna get your mom. Because I wanted my mom, you know? So I was really, really excited for her. Like, y'all have no idea. I was just like giddy. Like, I was so freaking like, oh. Like, oh my gosh, when Sam gets back, like, she's gonna be so happy. It's gonna be fixed. It's gonna be fixed. Like, and it doesn't necessarily happen like that. You know what I mean? I feel like for the longest, I kind of viewed everything kind of like a movie. And when I say that, I mean in the sense of like, okay, like happily ever after, the end, you know. And my husband would be like, it's not the end. We still got like years and years and years. We still got like 80, like, you know, we got so much more living. Like what you mean? I was like, I know, like I just like I don't know how to describe it, you know. Like I always am like, I don't know if it's the ADHD brain or what, where you're like, okay, that task is done, and then it's just like, oh, now there's another task, like no, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, it's a continuing thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it would mess with me. If I could run up the stairs and kick my feet in the air, I would, because I was just so freaking excited, where I was like, hell yeah, hell yeah. Go upstairs, I strip the sheets. I grab the sheets that Vilter told me not to get, because why are you gonna be sleeping on good ass sheets and not your mama? Yeah, you got me. So I even go into Baltimore's room, get the long ass pillows, strip them bitches, and I make it comfortable. Grab the fan, put it up to the length of the bed, make sure it's a good one that like rotates really nicely. Make sure that I'm like checking everything. She's good to go. Go downstairs and I tell Sunshine, I'm like, it's ready for you. Okay, thank you. She comes upstairs and she asks me if she can get a towel for the shower. I'm like, yep, it's right there. She's like smiling, like, thank you so much. In the midst of everything, Mr. Peach calls me. He checks in. He asks me, how did the conversation go with Maria? Are things okay now? And I'm so annoyed because I'm like, what? Like, did he really think I was gonna be like, yeah, I told her it's fine? Like, he sounded so like, okay, like, is it taken care of or not? Like, very like, ugh. And it had me so irked because I was like, yeah, we talked. He's like, okay, and gay, like, ¿qué pasó? Like, what's going on? What did she say? And I'm like, that she couldn't sleep and that she said he's misunderstood. And he's like, okay, okay. And ¿qué más? ¿Qué más? And I was like, yeah, that's it. And he's like, that's it? You guys didn't talk anymore? And I'm like, nope. So then he asks me like, what's the harm of me just talking to Ray? And I tell him, I don't want to. Okay, but explain to me the harm in talking to Ray. And I said, the harm is me being uncomfortable. That's the harm. And he's like, no, like the verdad, like a real thing, like a real thing that you can see and you can feel. And I said, I can see Ray and I can feel him, and I don't want to feel like that. And he tells me that he just doesn't understand how one incident, and I was like, nope, it wasn't just one incident. It was a time where I was getting something from the fridge. It was a time he was hiding in the freaking restroom. It was the time he pulled my hair with Sam. It was the time that he made a freaking joke of, oh, to be young, that he could do for me if he was young again. Like, so many inappropriate conversations that we have had. And so I'm like telling him all these things, and he just keeps getting quieter and quieter and quieter. I'm like, hello. And I hate that I do that. I really do. I get like super impatient where I'm like, hello, because I want to hear, like, come on, like, give it to me, like, let me hear your response. As quick as you were to be disrespectful, be quick with your answers, bitch. Like, I'm just like, hello, like, really, really loud. And he's like, hey, what do you want me to say? And I was like, I want you to answer me. He's just quiet, and he's like, I just don't know what to say. I feel like once you guys talk, things can be cleared up. And I'm like, there's nothing to clear up. I feel uncomfortable. I don't want to talk to him. And that's it. That's everything. And he's like, no. That he doesn't want things to be like that. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to talk to him. You think this man said, okay, I hear ya. Click. He hung up so freaking fast. I was just like, okay, whatever. But I wasn't going to let him ruin my mood because, again, I was so happy Sunshine was visiting. I was like, hell yeah, girl. So Sunshine's showering. I go downstairs and Baltimore is livid. She is super mad, cussing up a storm. She's on the phone. She's like, no, you don't understand. I don't want her here. Like, just being like super like nasty and rude. She sees me and she's like, and I'm like, okay. Now, I know it was a little bitch. I know. Because, like, why did I have to look at her like that? I didn't. I could have just kept it respectful, but oh, any chance I could to make her feel stupid, like best believe I was like, yup, because I could not stand her ass. She starts from like screaming to like choking up and like, you just don't understand. I don't want to. I don't want to. She ends up going like, and I'm like, so I grab a pen and I put the pen in between her two fingers and she's like, and I'm like, so I go get a cup, put a straw, and I'm like, she's like, and I'm like, I know she wants a cigarette, but you think I'm gonna give her mine? You got me. No, I'm not. Nope, nope, nope. And she comes behind me and starts like touching my pants. I was like, don't touch me, like really, really loud. And she's like, I'm like, no, like don't touch me, like really stupid, obnoxious loud, because like, why are you touching me? Don't touch me. Because like, why are you touching me? So she goes outside, time passes, Sunshine comes downstairs and she asks me if I can show her where to throw in a load. And I'm like, don't worry, I got it for you, give it to me. She's like, no, like it's fine, like I want to do it, just because it was a long drive. I was like, nope, it's cool, I got it, go upstairs. So I put in a load. Baltimore comes in and she's like, is she gone? I was like, she's upstairs. She's not gone, but she's upstairs. No, I don't want to look at her, I don't want to talk to her. And I'm like, I don't give a like, I really don't. I don't care what she did. Like, I don't care. I don't want to hear. Like, don't ruin this for me. Okay, no, I don't want to hear. So I'm literally looking at her like this as she's talking, because I don't care. I don't care. She's like, no, you just don't understand what kind of lady she is. Like, and she's like, you know what, Alexis, ¿sabes qué? Get your stuff. And I was like, no. And she's like, no. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to go over there. Especially because something had happened to me and Maria was crying. I don't want to be put in a weird situation. No. Like, if you want, you could drop me off at Matthias. She's like, you're ridiculous. And then she leaves. Like, oh my gosh, cue the music. Like, she was so dramatic. Like, she really wanted someone to be like, you poor thing, that's why you're such a freaking bitch. Like, I didn't care. So she leaves and the house is peaceful. Peaceful. Time passes by and eventually Sunshine wakes up. She makes her way downstairs and she asks where the coffee stuff is at. I tell her I can make her some coffee, make her her egg. She gets to grubbing. She asks me a few questions about Sam and she tells me that it's okay to be truthful with her, that this is to help Sam out because she just wants to know what's going on. And she even asks me about the race situation. And my eyes kind of were just like taken back because I was surprised that Sam was out there telling my business, you know? And she tells me that it's okay, that she just wants to know everything that's going on. She's not choosing sides. So I tell her everything. She was crying, she was laughing, she was serious. There was a lot of like good and bad mixed, right? She asks me about my mom and that what does my mom think about the situation. We start talking about my stepdad and y'all, for the life of me, I could not calm down. I was like, you would think we were talking in a freezer. Like, I was just like I couldn't contain myself. And at the same time, I was like, why am I over here telling her everything? Why am I telling her all my business? Why? Like my brain was telling me to shut up, but I could not shut up. Like, I was just telling her everything. We're still talking and Baltimore makes her way back. She's pissed off that we are talking. She's like, I know, like I can't ever leave because then, oh, Alexis just wants to make friends. All of a sudden she wants to talk. And then it was just like weird. It was just like, what? Like, what are you even? She was just saying a lot of hoopla where it was just like, girl, what are you bitching and moaning about? Like, what you're saying is don't even make sense. And even Sunshine was like, gang? Like, she was just thrown off. She asked for some privacy and that if I can go clean something, go do something. Sunshine tells Baltimore that she can talk to me, right? She's like to go. So I make my happy way. I go and put Sunshine's clothes in her room, clean up upstairs. Like, I just try to keep myself busy where I'm just like busy. So time passes and I'm about to go to sleep. Sunshine calls me into her room and she tells me if I wanted a sweet treat or if I want to just to get out because smelling the same air as someone with a bad mood is just like sitting next to rotten fruit. I was just like, damn. Like she was so funny. I could, yeah. So I get ready and I go with her and I get ready so quick, y'all, because I'm like, I don't want her to change her mind. I don't want her to be like, oh, never mind, because she's a little bit older and I know sometimes it can get kind of like, oh, yep, the energy's gone. Like the idea was great, but the energy's gone now. You know what I mean? We head out and we get a sweet treat and she's just asking more and more questions. And I'm okay. I'm okay with like putting all the business out there because I'm like, you know what? You cool. I answer any questions that she got, anything at all. She's just like kind of just like still kind of confused. Like she doesn't understand. Like, yeah, like no family's perfect, but she just doesn't get like why she just does not want to be here. And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, I just don't understand it. And I'm just like nervous because, and I just keep saying like, I don't know. She's like, I know. I want to know. And I'm just like trying so hard to keep in like, I don't know. Cause like, I don't know. I feel like I really needed to answer her, but I didn't have nothing. I was just like, girl, that's just how she is. Like, unfortunately, you know, unfortunately, it is what it is. So we finish our sweet treat. We head back and Baltimore has locked us out and she is being super freaking petty and taking so long to open the door. And it's like, girl, you know it's us. We're calling her, she's not answering. We're ringing the doorbell really crazy, smacking the door really crazy. It gets to the point that Sunshine leans up against the door and starts back kicking it like hard. I'm like, damn. That's why Sam has a little spice. Like she's pissed and she's like, no. Like she's mad. And I'm like it's just so quiet. So I'm like licking my freaking ice cream, watching her just like boom, boom, boom. And she's kicking it ugly. Baltimore finally comes to the door and she's like, ¿Qué traes? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why would you think that's okay to kick someone's house like that? They're like, why is she acting like that? And it's like, girl, you're literally like locked us out. What you talking about? So then Sunshine's like, you don't know what kind of people are out here. You don't know if they think that we're breaking in, that we're criminals. Like, why would you put us in a situation like that? And Baltimore's like, oh, you're being dramatic. She's like, no, I'm not being dramatic. They're just like at each other. It was uncomfortable. Sunshine in the mix says Cheeks would never behave like this. And Baltimore's like, oh, there you go. And I'm just like, because it's so crazy how they're just like, I go upstairs. Sunshine asks me if I want to watch a movie with her, that she shouldn't have taken a nap. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I sit on the floor and she's like, no, right here, to sit next to her in bed. And I'm just like, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm just like geeked. And I feel kind of like awkward because I'm like, I shouldn't be this happy because like this is like weird. Like, why are you acting like this? Like, I'm like in my own head fighting with myself. Like, bro, calm down. Like, it's not that serious, you know, because I was like, oh, cool. So we watch a couple of shows. She is not tired. She is literally like just alert. She asks me if we have any fruit or anything like that. I tell her yes. I go downstairs, wash her some grapes, cut up some grapes, some strawberries for her. My grandma, when she asks for strawberries, she liked to sprinkle some sugar on them. So I put a little bit of sugar in a little bowl for her just in case she wanted to grab it and go like this, you know, put a fork. Baltimore's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, dude, like, why are you up? Like, why are you in this house? Her house. And I'm like, oh, I'm just getting Sunshine some fresas with some grapes, a little bit of sugar. And she's like, that's not good for her. She's old. She can't have that. And just trying to give me a whole spiel. And I'm like, girl, I'm missing the good part of the movie. I'm like, okay. And she's like, okay, okay, like put it away. I was like, oh, no. She said she wanted it. Like, I'm going to give it to her. She's like, and I'm telling you, in my house, that's not good for her. She's old. She can't have that. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm still walking. She's like, Alexis, no, like, are you not listening to me? Like, you not hear me? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I hear you, but I'm still going to take it to her because she asked for it. And I'll tell her what you said. And she's like, leave it. And I'm like, no, I'm going to take it. And she was like, no, leave it. If she's upset about it, just tell her I said so. Y'all, it was like, oh my gosh, we were going back and forth to the point that I know Sunshine could probably hear her is because Sunshine calls my name. I'm like, going. And I took that as my cue to like go. So I go upstairs and she's like, what is she complaining about? And I'm like, she said that you can't have this because you're old. And she starts laughing. She's like, she said it like that. I was like, yep, that's what she said. And so I give it to her. She's like, oh, like, thank you so much for the sugar. Grabs it and goes. She's like, how'd you know? How'd you know? And we just stay up there. Baltimore passes by and Sunshine tells me, close the door. So I'm like, okay. So I close the door. Then suddenly we're like laughing, watching the show, and Baltimore opens the door. She's like, no closed doors. And I'm laughing and Sunshine's like, Alexis, close the door and lock it. And I'm like, okay. So I close the door and I lock it. Oh my gosh. Baltimore was pissed. She was so mad. She came by. She tried to open the door. She can't open the door because it's locked. So she's literally like jiggling the freaking doorknob hard. Instead of Sunshine saying like, oh, Alexis, open the door, she's like, turn up the TV. Y'all, so I turn up the TV. We tune her out. And I get a call and it's Mr. Peach. Mr. Peach is like, Alexis, ¿qué estás haciendo? Alexis, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, watching TV with Sunshine. And he's like, oh, okay, tell her I said hi. We should be back tomorrow. I was like, oh, you got Sam? We'll be back tomorrow. I'm like, oh, okay. And he tells me that it's late to go to my own room. And I was like, okay, I will. He's like, now. And I told him, I was like, okay, I will. He says it again. And this point, Sunshine is like, ¿Qué pasa? That if she needs to talk to him, that if it's about Sam, that it sounds okay. And I was like, no, está bien. He just said it's time for bed. And she's like, sí, te vas ahorita when the show's over. I'm like, oh, okay. He tells me, did you go? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, you stay in your room and she stays in her room. That Baltimore and her got lots of talking to do and they can't do that if I'm just right there. He's like, ¿entiendes? I'm like, uh-huh. So then we hang up. She tells me that what happened, is everything okay? And I told her, yeah, that he just wants me to go sleep in my own room so you and Baltimore can talk. And she goes, yeah, está bien. Find another movie you want to watch. And I'm just like laughing because she's just like, I don't care. And that's the kind of attitude my grandma had too when she was cool. So I think that's why I was like, I really liked her, you know? I really like the eye. The eye is so pretty, especially with the brown like this. Oh, it's so pretty. So I don't know how, but I end up just passing out. I wake up to the house smelling like bacon, huevos, sausage, and cafe. And it is freaking butt crack dawn early, y'all. Where I'm like, did she even sleep? Because I know it's not Baltimore down there. I know it's not Baltimore. So before I'm going to head downstairs, Baltimore calls me into her room. And I'm outside of the room. I'm like, yes. She's like, come in here. And I'm like, no, está bien que I need to go to the restroom. And she's like, oh, you're acting different. Y'all, it was like freaking like, girl, how old are you? Grown as hell over here. Like, oh, you're acting different. Like, it was so weird where I was just like, you're gross. I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't know what she wanted me to do with that. I go freshen up and then I head downstairs and I immediately just start doing the dishes because the dishes were piling up. Like, homegirl used every single dish in the house. Spoons, forks, todo. And I'm getting to washing dishes and she's like, Alexis, please don't. Baltimore's gonna do them. And I'm like, no, está bien. Like, todavía está durmiendo. And she's like, please don't. Baltimore's gonna do them. And I'm like, okay. So she tells me to make me some coffee if I want a coffee or if I want to eat already, that the food is done. And I'm like, okay. So I sit there grubbing. She asks me to put on a show. I put on a show for us. We're grubbing. The coffee is so good. Again, she's just asking more and more questions, sometimes asking me the same questions, and I think to see if I'm going to repeat the same story or if I'm going to open up a little bit more with the second round of questioning. So I open up a little bit more and tell her a little bit more here and there. She asks me about Mr. Peach. What do I think about him? I tell her like, yeah, I like him, like he's nice and stuff, that like sometimes he can be strict, but I understand. She asks me about Baltimore and I'm kind of just like a little bit more quiet but still respectful. She just like nods her head, just listening, you know. She then asks me that if she can request something from me and to let her know if it's inappropriate. And I'm like, okay, because like what kind of, how are you gonna lead that like that? Like what do you what are you gonna ask me? So I'm like, okay. She tells me that when Sam gets there, that if I can go with my aunt for a little bit so that they can have a family kind of moment, conversation, that she doesn't want Sam to feel embarrassed with me there. It's not because she doesn't like me or anything like that, that she just wants just to have that time with Sam and her family so that Sam doesn't feel, again, uncomfortable. And I'm like, yeah, like that's fine. I get that. I get that. It was like a punch to the gut for some reason, where like I was trying so hard to tell myself like, stop being dramatic, stop being dramatic, like stop being dramatic to myself, because I really was like, why do I have to go? Like, I want to be here. I don't know, like I don't know why it like bugged me so bad, but like I knew like it was fine, like it was not a freaking odd request like at all. Like, it's like, yeah, of course, like I totally get that. Sam should be able to come back and feel comfortable and have these awkward conversations without me being part of it. As much as I want to be like, oh yeah, like I am part of the family, like I'm really not, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's okay. I'm not even trying to say it like I'm really not, like no, like I'm not. Like it's just one of those things where it's just like, this is a family discussion and like I don't need to be part of it because like I'm not part of the family, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I am the nanny. So as much as like I was trying to show that like it didn't hurt my feelings, like I don't know why it hurt my feelings. Like I wish I can go back and be like, stop, because it really was not that deep. But I don't know why baby Lex was like like it was just, and it's just like, chill out, Jade, chill out. But it was just hard to regulate that. I don't know why. I think it's because I was still young. There was just like so many emotions and I was just like, I want to be part of it, like all of it. Where I was just like, why do I have to go? Like, I'll be good, you know? But like I said, I could understand it. I was just having a hard time processing it, which I don't know why. Oh, that's why she took me here. Oh, that's why we watched movies. Oh, that's why. And then I was like, ew, like, Lex, like, were you bugging too? Like, were you coming on strong? So I was just having a hard time, like, regulating my emotions and, like, understanding that, like, it's cool, Jade, like, chill, dude. Ew, you know what I mean? So time passes and I'm trying to keep myself busy so that I'm not just, like, suffocating Sunshine, because I feel like maybe I was, like, suffocating her a little bit. I was like, ooh, like, or maybe, like, I'm just overthinking it. Like, I hated how I was, like, in my mind. I just felt like, ooh, did I do something? Did I overstep? Like, just in my head. I kept getting calls from Maria and it literally made me feel like, oh dang, like should I tell her that like, yeah, I forgive Ray so that they can see that like, oh, like she is family, she is one of us, whatever. And the other side was like, no, you should not have to do that, so that you feel like, but I was just having all these emotions. I didn't know how to like process them correctly without feeling like guilt. Like it was such a weird feeling. Like I don't even know how to explain it to you. This was going to be a people-pleasing moment because I was so desperate to want to get in like the good grace with them and be like, you know what, I could be a team player, I'll talk to Maria. Like I was really thinking that, okay, what can I do to make them feel better so that they want me around, so that like, okay, so we can go back to just feeling comfortable, because I was feeling awkward. So I was willing to make peace with Maria, with Ray, with Mr. Peach, just so that I could be like, oh, okay, like I'm being a good girl, I can stay. And it was such a battle in my head, and that's where people pleasing comes in. And it's so crazy to like see this, because I'm like, oh, that's okay, this is why. Like the uncomfortableness was making me feel weird, and it's like, it's okay. It's okay that they wanted to have their time. But I was like, oh my God, I did something wrong. Like I did something wrong. I'm panicking. And in actuality, like it's okay. But my brain wanted to, okay, what do I got to do? How am I going to fix this? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I show them? Like, I want to be part of this. Like what? And it's like, it's fine. It's fine. But I think this is where people pleasing does kick in. So it's getting super late. And Mr. Peach checks in on me and asks me if I have spoke to Sunshine. And I tell him, oh, yes, are you talking about me not being here when you guys have the conversation? And he says, yes. And I'm like, yeah, my tia will pick me up. I'll go with her. And he says, do you want to ride? It's because we just want Sam to feel comfortable and not feel awkward or put on the spot. And I'm like, no, 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 like, it's fine. I totally understand. He tells me that it's nothing personal. I'm like, yep, I totally get it. Had I contacted Tommy yet? No. I was just like, I'm gonna go chill at the park or something because I am still mad about Tommy freaking taking the money and her being like a freaking biatch about like, you're ungrateful, you're not happy about the phone you have. Like, I was just like mad how she did all that. And then the same time I was like, she better leave me alone about the stupid freaking towels. But I was like, I'll just chill at the park or something like that. Like, it's not the first time that I've been at the park and freaking taking a nap inside the slide. Like, it won't be the first time. He tells me that they're going to be arriving late, that if I do need a ride, if things change, because he knows that my aunt could be like unpredictable, that he'll give me a ride. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. It's trying so hard not to be butthurt about it. Like, it bugs me that I was bugged. Like, it bugs me so bad. You have no idea, because I'm like literally fighting with myself. Like, it's not that deep. Stop it. Like, oh, I was so mad for being bothered. Like, you don't know how hard it was for me to like tell myself like, stop it, stop it, stop it. You did not raise yourself like this. Stop it. Like, I was just really disappointed that I was like having these emotions about it, because it was just like, damn, Lex, like, chill out. It's okay. It's okay. And it was hard. So it's now nighttime and Sunshine asks me if I want to watch the movies with her. I tell her like, no, it's not bien. Like, I'm going to go to sleep a little bit early so that I can go with my aunt tomorrow. And she's like, no, it's not bien. Like, let's just watch something. And I'm like, no, no, no. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm going back and forth. Tell me why Baltimore chimes in from her room. She's like, she doesn't want to watch a movie with you, Mom. Stop. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. So then I go sit on the floor and she tells me like, no, está bien, like, come sit up here. And it was so hard, y'all. Like, I was just like, why am I being such a freaking pussy? Like, why am I being such a crybaby about it? So I'm on the bed, we're watching the shows. She's like, put on another one, put on another one, put on another one. I think she was trying to stay up so that when Sam got there that she would be awake. Well, we end up passing out. And who do you think woke us up? Yeah. She was pissed. And I feel for her because it's just like, Lex, what is you doing? Yes, she wakes us up. We're both just like, and I see Sam and she's like, and I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, like, we were watching a movie. Like, oh my gosh. She's like, are you serious? My mom too? Like, just, and I'm like, oh, it's not what it looks like. Like, oh my gosh, it's so stupid. So she's freaking pissed. I move, get off the bed, and Sunshine is like, good night, Alexis. I'm like, good night, sorry. She's like, there's nothing to be sorry for. I close the door. Baltimore is outside the door. She's like, you see, you never listen, which I'm just like, listen about what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, guys, I just get so annoyed with her talking, and I'm like, what? And she's like, instead of helping the situation, you make the situation worse, and just wants to make her little comments. And I'm like, okay. So I go to the other room and I knock out. I'm freaking exhausted. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like a lot to have to deal with, like the pettiness and all of it. And I'm like seeing it from her side too. I'm like, she's over here running away because she wants to see her mom, and then I'm over here laid up with her mom. Like, yes, it looks terrible. Like, oh my gosh. And if she wanted to be my ass, I would have accepted the ass whooping, because I felt bad, because I'm like, you know what, I hate when girls be hanging out with my mama, so like I understand it. And the timing was just horrible, and I felt bad because I'm like, you know what, that's on me, because I'm over here like, oh, like mom wound and grandma wound, and she was just so sweet. She was such a nice old lady, and it was just, she just gave like motherly vibes, grandma vibes, and I didn't really see the harm in it. But when I really did look at it, I was like, dang, you could be my ass, because yeah, like I would be butthurt too. And I do get butthurt when I have to share my mom, or when people want to be like, oh yeah, your mom, my bitch. So I get it. So like I said, I would have taken the ass whooping. I wake up, smell bacon, sausage, smells so freaking good. Tidy up, I go downstairs. Sam's already down there, which I'm surprised, okay? I'm like really surprised because I'm like, oh, I thought this bitch was gonna be sleeping. No. So she's sitting there, she looks up at me and she is just like pissed. And I'm like, you know what, Alexis? Can't blame her. You can't blame her because she was over here talking to you about her mom and then you like laid up like you a hoe. Like you's a hoe. Right away her mom's like, how'd you sleep? I'm like, good. She's like, que bueno. It was so rude that we got waking up the way we did. Kind of just laugh, tell her thank you for the food, sit down and eat. And Sam is just like eyeing me like just pissed. I'm eating and then she says, when are you leaving? And I tell her, I'm like, oh, soon, an hour, maybe an hour or two. And her mom says like, it's okay, no rush, take your time. Sam's like, no, there is a rush, don't take your time. And I'm just like, okay, yeah. I look over at the couch and Mr. Peach is like just sleeping, dead asleep. Sunshine walks over to him and just like like hard. She's like, wake up, levántate, wake up, like waking him up. And he says like, oh, like he's just super tired from like the driving and all that. She's like, I didn't ask. And she tells him that she needs some help with making some phone calls and to doing certain things. And he's like, okay, if Baltimore could help. And she's like, I don't want to ask Baltimore, I'm asking you. And he's like, oh, see. Like he's just like, yeah, I'll do that. I text Tommy and I ask her, are you up? She texts back quick with the quickness and says, I don't want company. Like, oh. And I tried to explain like what's going on. She says, is it an emergency? I was like, no, figure it out. Okay, and I will. I'm just like on my phone messaging any friends that are available. Hello, how you doing? Can we hang out today? Like I'm literally trying to set myself up for a play date because I'm like, girl, like I cannot be here. I help clean up. I asked Sam like, hey, like everything good? Like how are you feeling? She's like, don't talk to me. And I'm like, you know what, girl, it's valid. I slept with your mama. Like it's valid. Like I get it. So she has like a freaking bag and it has all her dirty laundry in it. Her socks stink. Like you can smell them. Like it smells horrible. Like I walked past it and I thought like something was left in the sewer. Like it was just like, oh my god, like it was like intense. So I walked past it again, and she's like, you know what you can do? And I already knew she was gonna start popping off, and I was like, I hope your mama catch you. I hope your mama catch you tuck a slick. So I was like, yeah, all stupid. You can wash my laundry. That's what you can do. If you want to be helpful, that's what you can do. So I kind of like laugh because I'm trying so hard not to like fight with her. Like, dude, like I know we're mad about the mom situation. Like, I'm sorry, it wasn't what it seemed. Like, I'm sorry. And before I can like check her, Mr. Peach is like hunched over like this, and he's like, stop, are you gonna start already? Telling Sam, like, are you serious, girl? Like, you just got home, like you gonna start? And she's like, what? I can't ever do anything. I can't ever say anything. You're always on me. So then her mom intervenes and she tells her to shut up. That like, why can't she stop? Shut up. Like she's just like annoyed that Sam is starting again. Mr. Peach tells me like, Alexis, you don't have to help unless you want to help. She needs to learn that that's not how she talks to people. She looks over at her dad. She's like, oh, please. Looks at him like that. And he's like, stop. No me hables así. Like, don't talk to me like that. And she's like, oh. I tell her, I'm like, do you want me to help you? And she's like, no, I want you to do it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. So do you want me to help you how to do it? She's like, no, I don't. I'm like, okay. So I go upstairs and I'm just like trying to stay out of everyone's way because I'm like, okay, the library don't open up until like 10, 11. Like, like I need to like, you know, like waste time. I shouldn't have woke up so early, but that bacon was calling me. So I'm trying to like, Baltimore calls me into her room and she tells me like, what are my plans, that I can't be here. I'm like, oh yeah, I know. She's like, don't interrupt me. I'm like, okay. So she tells me that I can't be there and I'm like looking at her like, I heard you, you dumb bitch. You can't be here. And I was like, okay, do you know what time that my tia needs to come and pick me up? She's like, the sooner the better. And I'm like, okay. I go back downstairs and I try to hide in the laundry. Like I'm like literally like just trying to like stay out of everyone's space because like I don't want anyone to be bothered. So I'm just chilling. Sam is working the laundry room, okay? And she's literally just like just poking everything, and she's like, oh, this is so stupid, it doesn't even work, like what's the point of having something like this if it doesn't work? And her dad's like, what are you even talking about? Like, what are you talking about? It works, you just don't know how to use it. Like, it's not its fault that you're stupid. So they're arguing. It's like the stupidest things. Anything, the detergent, like, oh my gosh, I don't even know why we get this scent, it smells so disgusting. And Baltimore's like, no, it's not, you like that scent, like what are you talking about? We have other scents right here if you want to try this one, if you want this one, you want that one. She's like, no, this is just so stupid, like I don't even know why we have this, like this is so stupid, it makes the clothes smell like this. And they're just like fighting with her about every single little thing. And she wants to wash one pant at a time, not both, because she doesn't want them touching because they're different colors. And the mom is like, you can throw them all in together. She's like, no, I don't want that, I don't like it done like that. Mr. Peach is like, you don't pay the water bill, so put them both together. And she's like, I don't want to, I want to wash one thing at a time, do it with your hands. She's like, who washes clothes by their hand? Oh my gosh, it was like, girl, get out of here. Like, she was so irritating with every single little thing she was saying, where it's just like, doing a lot of this, I need you to do this. So I'm waiting. Mr. Peach asks me, Alexis, what time did you think you're gonna come get you? And I was like, oh, she can't get me until later, unfortunately, so I'm just waiting for the library to walk, and I'm gonna walk over there. He looks at me and he's like, what? Why can't she get you right now? And I was like, I don't know, she's doing something. He's like, what is she doing? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, why didn't you ask? And I was like, I don't know. And then Sunshine says, why was she asking an adult their business? And he was like, well, why can't she get Alexis? And she's like, I know, but why would she ask an adult why they can't do something if they already told her they can't? And he was like, to know, like, he was answering so like, she's like, I don't understand. If that was Sam and you told her no, and she said why, and you said because I said so, why did you say so? She was like, no, that's disrespectful. Why would Alexis ask her Tia if she already told her she couldn't? And he was like, okay. Like, he was just like, so then he asks me if I'm gonna need a ride to the library. And she is like cutting something, and she stops cutting. And she was like, why would she walk when there's 3 cars here? Why would she walk? And he's like, because Alexis likes walking. And then she's like, Alexis, you like walking? I know it takes a long time to get to the library just driving. You like walking? You like walking? You like walking that much? And I'm just like, yeah. She's like, you have the poor girl answering these questions wrong and stupidly. And I was like, damn. And then Sam chimes in and she's like, well, it's not our responsibility to take care of her. And she just tells Sam, cállate. Like, just shut up. I'm just sitting there quietly. Mr. Peach texts me, see a little bitch. And he tells me to be ready in 10 to 15 minutes that we are going to leave. And I'm like, okay, cool. Sunshine asks me if I wanted anything, that she had went to the store and she got some snacks. And I was like, no, I'm okay. Usually when someone offers you something, it's rude to say no. So I was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I will. And she's like, that's what I like. So I'm snacking and I'm like, I do not go overboard, okay? When you are offered something, if there is 10, you take maybe 2 to 3, okay? You do not take 5, 8, okay? No. So I just grabbed 2 to 3. Sam's like, well, damn, leave some for the rest of us, damn. And I'm like, I just grabbed 3 because I'm just like, what the heck? Because like, I don't know if Sunshine thinks like I did grab a lot too. I don't want it to just them go off her word. And she just looks at Sam and she's like, then she gives it to me. She's like, then eat it all. I was like, no, it's okay. I really. She's like, eat it all. And I was like, okay. So I just started grabbing a little bit more, and Sam's like, oh my god, like, just gonna take that away from me too, like. And I'm just like, dude, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm thinking the whole time, like, I did not mean to sleep with your mom. Like, I did not mean to sleep with your mom. I'm sorry. Like, I really am. Like, I'm sorry. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I felt really bad. So I go upstairs because I'm going to finish getting ready so that I can head out with Mr. Peach. And Sam comes up behind me. I tell her, like, dude, like, I'm so freaking sorry. She's like, no, dude, like, you're so weird for that. And I'm like, oh my God, it's not what it looks like. I swear. Like, I was trying to sleep on the floor. She's like, why were you even in my mom's room? And I was like, okay, so what happened was we were like just hanging out, chilling, going for like a late night snack. And then she was like, oh yeah, come watch TV with me. Then I was laying on the floor. Then she was like, no, you should have just told her no, like, that's just weird. Like, first it was my dad, then it was my siblings, now my mom. And I'm just like, dude, like, it wasn't even like that. No, like, I swear it wasn't like that. Your mom's just really nice. She's like, I know what my mom is. I was like, okay, all right, well, I'm sorry. I'm glad you're okay. I really was worried about you, and I'm so glad you got your mom. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, I swear to God, I'm so happy for you. I'm like, I am so happy you got your mom. Like, I hope, like, me being gone for these few hours, you and your mom can bond and you can get what you wanted. Like, I'm really, really happy, Sam. She's like, no, you're not. I don't believe you. And I'm like, okay, well, I know that it looks bad, but I promise it's not how it looks. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I should have declined and been like, no, and I should have kept my distance. But I'm not gonna lie, like, I was happy as hell. And I made sure your mom was good. She's sleeping on some good sheets. I was really just trying to, like, let her know, like, it wasn't coming out of a place of like, oh yeah, like, your mom's here. Oh yeah, she's mine. Like, I wasn't even on that type of time. Like, I know it looks worse than what it was, you know? I don't believe you. I was just like, where I was apologizing so much, I got frustrated. I was like, if you don't believe me, Sam, that's your own fault. Keep being mean and I will take your mama, bitch. And so then I go downstairs and she's like, you, like, super loud. And I'm like, oh, as I'm walking down, and Sunshine's like, what? Like, look, I was like, está loca, I don't know. And she kind of laughs and she's like, don't call her crazy. And I was like, okay, like, I'm not gonna argue with you. Like, that's your baby. I'm not gonna be like, yes, I am. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you. So I was like, okay, well, bye, me voy. I was like, bye, Baltimore, bye, Sunshine. I'm heading out. So me and Mr. Peach get in the car, and he's just like massaging his head. And I hate when guys do that. Like, I don't know what it is where I'm just like I know it's because of the ex, but I hate even seeing, like, people now do it where I'm like it gave me PTSD so bad, because it's just like, why are you doing that? Like, it's just weird to me. I hate it. It's just, oof, like, I really, 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 really hate it. He gets a phone call, he answers it, and he's just like, yeah, no, she's fine, like, talking really, really like and I'm just like, okay, like, what the heck? Like, so Pumpkin knows about her now. So I'm just like trying to be nosy without trying to be nosy, and I'm just like literally just like off, like, whatever. So we end up stopping at a store, and Mr. Peach is like, just get a couple things that you think that, like, Baltimore's gonna need to the house, because she's already complaining because she said that you gave food to your aunt. And I was like, what? No, that's not what happened. When before Sam left, she took a bunch of things out of Baltimore's pantry and she took it for herself. And he's like, okay, whatever it is, you or Sam took it. And I was like, no, it's not whatever, I didn't take it. And he's like, okay, then why is Baltimore saying this? I'm like, I don't know, but, like, it was Sam. I was like, did you ask Sam? And he's like, I'm not gonna sit here and go through everybody, like, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm like, it does matter. And he's like, no, it doesn't. So I'm getting frustrated because I'm like, it does matter. I hate when people are just like, yeah, whatever. Like, oh my gosh, I hate that. I hate that so much. So that's why when I got with Rudy, I was quick to be like, if there's misunderstanding about anything with, like, his family, house meeting. I want us all to sit down, because what? So anyways, we got snacks, we got things for the house, and then we go to, like, the planner section again, and he's like, go ahead and get yourself a book. And I was like, no, está bien, está. He's like, go ahead and get yourself another book so I don't have to hear about you crying about it later. I was like, no, está bien. Like, I don't want another book. He's like really upset that, like, I don't want to get the book. He's like, ay, ¿por qué no? I was like, I just don't want to get the book. And we're going back and forth, and he's like looking at it, and he's like, which one was it? Which one? La verdad, like, no quiero. Like, I really don't want it. And he's like, why? Because the kids wanted to journal with you, and they were excited, and they wanted to, like, have fun with you. No, like, that's crazy. That's how you see it. I was like, está bien, no quiero nada. So he's upset because I'm not giving in and going to do this tactic again. I'm not doing it. So we put all the groceries away. We get in the car and we head off to the library. We pull in, and there's still some time until they open it. They're like, why do I like coming here? And I kind of laugh, and he's like, what's so funny? And I'm like, because situations like this. And he's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, like, it was so awkward. He seems like he wants to talk about something, but he just doesn't know what. And I'm like, okay, well, ya me voy, because I don't know how to exit without it being, like, super duper weird. He's like, Alexis. I was like, yep. Hablas con Rey, please. I was like, no quiero hablar con Rey. He's like, ¿por qué no? I was like, because it's uncomfortable. No quiero hablar. He's like, okay, pero, like, I think it would be better, and it will make things less uncomfortable, especially what's going to be happening with the next couple of days. And I was like, what's going to be happening with the next couple of days? And then he was like, well, I want you to be part of it, but Ray might be part of it, so you might not be able to be part of it since you feel uncomfortable. Like, that's crazy, huh? Where I was like, okay. I was like, oh, well, what are you guys gonna do? Like, just out of curiosity. He's like, I don't know, we might go to the movies, we might go to the parks, we might do this, golfing, go-karting, like, just throwing out so many cool things. I was like, okay, well, I hope the kids have fun. And then I'm going to close the door, and he's like, Alexis, habla con él so that it's not uncomfortable for everybody else. And I was like, but what about me? And then he tells me that like that's very selfish just to think about myself. Okay. So I close the door and it just has me thinking about like, oh my gosh, like dealing with my grandma all over again. Where it's just like, oh, you're so selfish. Oh, your brothers. Oh, this. And then him too, where I'm just like, gosh, like everybody. I'm chilling in there. Sometimes they have some Pop-Tarts out, a little snacky snack. You go to the back and I just get stuck on reading. If you guys know, I love poetry books. I really do. V.C. Andrews, poetry books, Junie B. Jones, scary stories, Goosebumps. Goosebumps is my favorite. I recently found the whole book collection online for free and I've been going crazy. I'm like, yes. Especially when the Goosebumps had alternate, is that how you say it? Alternate endings. So you can have like this ending that really f***ed me up too, where like I remember reading them and being like, okay, if you chose this one, and that made me think like, oh my god, that's just how everything is. That, the butterfly effect, so many different things I've put into play of like why I write the way I write, where it's just like so crazy because you never think like things like that really make an impact, but they do. Yeah, so I just got lost in a few books, just chilling, reading, and I get a phone call and it's my brothers. They want to see me, they miss me. Their dad is scheduling a play date with me and my brothers. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's do that. They're just checking in. My youngest brother is like crying on the phone because he just wants me to be there and he misses me. I'm just talking to him and I'm like trying so hard not to cry because I'm just like, I feel guilty being with the Peaches kids, not being with my own siblings, but their dad's a perv. And so then I'm just like talking to him. He's telling me that he misses me. He's telling me about like all these other things, just like freaking, you know, kid jabber and stuff. So we talk for a good minute, hang up with them. They ask me a few questions and it's like kind of questions that my mom probably told them to ask me, filling them in, all that. Their dad tries to get on the phone with me and I hang up on him because I'm not trying to hear him. I really hated how he acted like he cared, especially in moments where like when my mom was messing up. Like I hated it. I hated when he was like, oh, and how are you doing? Like, y'all, it like really irked me, where it was just like, leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Like it was literally like peeling my skin. The freaking skin that you have on your nail, just imagine peeling that. Like it was just like, don't talk to me. So I go to the back. They have like the restrooms up here and they have restrooms over here. So I go to the back restrooms and I'm just back there chilling, looking at myself in the freaking mirror because I'm just like crying. And I'm like, okay, what if I look at myself long enough? You'll stop crying. But if you ever look at your reflection a little bit too long, you freak yourself the f out. So I freak myself out, have a full-on blown panic attack, like going super crazy. You guys know the librarian is super sweet and she would check on me from time to time. I think she noticed that I was gone, so she goes in the restroom. She's like, sweetie, are you hungry? And I'm like, yes, because I'm like freaking out. She's like looking at my face too, so like I'm like trying to think like what my face looked like back then, or what for like Sunshine to be looking at my face and for the librarian to be looking at my face like, you good? Like I wonder how I looked, you know, to describe this both times in the diary, where like they were just like looking at me, or if it's just anxiety talking, where I feel like they were like looking at me, you know what I mean? So she gets me some mashed potatoes and some corn and I'm just eating. Get a phone call from Mr. Peach. He's asking how I'm doing, if my aunt ever picked me up, and I told him no. He kind of wants to go and I'm like, yeah. He's like, why? And I'm like, because she doesn't want company. He's like, what do you mean she doesn't want company? I'm like, she doesn't want company. And he's like, who says that? And I'm like, tell me. And he's like, I don't understand. And I'm like, yeah, well, she doesn't want company. But did you tell her the situation? I was like, yeah, I mean, she still don't want company. He's like, and what does she think that you're gonna do? What does she think you're gonna go? I was like, I don't know. She probably thinks like you have 2 houses. I can go to one of those houses. And he just gets quiet, where I'm like, yeah, like, you know, but at the same time, it's not his responsibility. He's just like a little bit upset. And he was just like, is that what you want to do then? And I was like, well, who's at the house? And he's like, Alexis, you know who's at the house. And I was like, I thought you said he wasn't there no more. So he started getting upset and he was just like, so do you want to be at the other house or not? And I was like, no, está bien. And then he tells me that if I can just stay there a little bit longer while they're having the conversation, that he can pick me up after. And I'm like, okay. I stay there a little bit longer. The librarian comes and she asks me a few questions and I'm like, oh my gosh, these sound like CPS questions. I'm not trying to be here. Like, okay. I'm telling you, she's asking me too many personal questions where I was like, okay, I gotta get going. She asked me why I've been there so long and I was like, oh, it's because my mom needed to run a few errands. And she asked me if I wanted to go and I don't really want to go. I just want to stay here and read. Like, oh, it's okay if I have to leave. And she's like, no, you can stay here as long as you want. I'm just asking you. And so I'm just like freaking out. So after I'm done with the conversation, I I leave. So I go to one of the stores that we have around there. It's kind of like a Dollar Tree, but like better. So I'm just like going through the aisles, looking at stuff. Go to another store, going through the aisles. Mr. Peach calls me and he asks me like, what are you doing? And I tell him that like, oh, I came over here because the lady kept asking me a lot of questions. I was getting a little bit nervous. He's like, why are you getting nervous? I was like, I don't know. She probably was wondering like why I've been there for so long. And I don't know. I feel like she was gonna call the cops. He's like, why would she call the cops? Are you stealing something? I was like, no, I'm not stealing something. I'm just really scared because I feel like she probably thinks like, oh, I'm a runaway or something. He's like, why would she think that you're a runaway? I was like, I don't know why she thinks I was a runaway, but she probably thinks I am a runaway because I'm just in there all the freaking time. He's like, how are you in there all the time? You don't go out there all the time. I was like, no, but other times that she has seen me that I have been in there for a very, very long time. Like it's not like a normal amount of time. And then he was like, is there a limit time at being in the library? I said, no, but I'm pretty sure. She's probably like, she don't look like, you know, someone who lives in a home. She looks like someone off the street. And he's like, Alexis, let's just not be dramatic. You do not look like someone who lives in the street. You look like a normal teenager. I said, I do not look like a normal teenager. I look like a picture. And he said, what, who the told you you look like a picture? I said, my ex tells me I look like a picture because I'm always wearing the same thing. He said, that's not true though. You're not always even wearing the same thing. And I said, yeah, I pretty much am. What do you think I'm wearing today? He describes what I'm wearing. And I said, yeah, so what did I wear yesterday? Like, how am I supposed to know what you wore yesterday if I didn't see you yesterday? I said, okay, well, all the other times I babysit, like, what do I wear? And then he described the same outfit. I said, you see what I mean? I was like, I'm wearing a picture. And he was like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that you're a picture. And I said, I know. I told him I'm at the store. And he was like, what are you doing? I said, just walking around. He was like, okay, so how come you couldn't just stay at the library if you're just walking around? Aren't they gonna think you're stealing? And I said, oh my God, you're right. So then I leave and he's like, where are you going now? I didn't tell you to leave. I was like, yeah, but what do they think I'm stealing? He's like, oh my gosh, Alexis, you really need to stop overthinking, stop getting in your head. I said, okay, I'm gonna go back to the library. He was like, now they're gonna really think that you don't have a home if you're going back to the library. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. So then he is like, can you stop freaking out and just stay at the gas station? I was like, I don't want to stay at the gas station because that's where they kidnap a lot of kids. And he said, what? It's not even true. I said, yes, a lot of people get kidnapped at gas stations. He said, that's not true, Alexis. I said, yes, that's true. Oh my gosh, can you just go to this other store that's down the street? I was like, a little more walking, but I can do that. He said, okay. And I was like, all right, so you're gonna come get me? And he was like, yeah, tell me when you go to that store. I said, okay, cool. So I'm walking. I get there, I'm like waiting. There's like a bench outside, sitting at the bench, and I text him here. He says, okay, that if I'm hungry. I said, yes, I am. He said, what did you eat? I said, Pop-Tart and mashed potatoes. He said, Alexis, how did you get Pop-Tarts and mashed potatoes? I said, the librarian fed me. He said, oh my God, you don't have money? I said, you don't give me money. He didn't reply. He pulls up like 20 minutes later, and he tells me that if I want to go with him to the airport. And I was like, the airport? And he's like, yeah, do you want to go with me to the airport? I was like, okay. So I get in the car and I like look back. There's no sound. There's nobody. And I was like, oh, so like, how did everything go? And he was like, it went fine. Are you hungry? And I said, yes, I'm hungry. And he says again, Alexis, how come you don't have money on you? And I said, because you don't give me money. And he was like, what do you mean? Yes, I do. And I was like, no, you don't. When do you give me money? And he's like, oh, it's because you need to remind me. I was like, okay, I'll remind you. So then we go and get Wendy's and I get the junior bacon cheeseburger. Oof, delicious. We're driving up to the airport. It's so far. And he's like asking me like, how come I don't like just carry like a couple bucks on me and stuff like that? Like you have to have like a couple bucks here and there sometimes. I said, no, you don't give me money. And he's like, what? Yes, I do. I said, no, you don't. I'm like, the money that you gave to Tommy. She didn't give me nothing. And he's like, it's because you got to remind me. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, broken record. So we pull off, we get some gas. He's telling me like, oh, use the restroom if you got to use the restroom. I'm like, okay, get some snacks. Y'all, I peed so quick because I thought he was gonna leave me. I literally thought he was gonna leave me out in the middle of nowhere. Like, I was like, why did you even come with him out this far? Like, literally, like, why? Something could have happened and he could have just left me. No one would know. No one at all. Tommy didn't want me to go over to her house. Nobody would know. So I'm like low-key like freaking out, like literally like wiping fast, just freaking out, okay? So then I go out and I see him in the car and like I jump in quick and he was like, get the ice. I was like, nothing. He starts laughing. He's like, oh my gosh, you're just traumatized. And I'm like laughing because I'm like, you, yes I am. And he tells me that like he would not leave me, that like he knows that like he's responsible for me, that he would not leave me. And I'm like, okay. He asks me if I want a Slurpee and I'm like, yes. And he's like, okay, go get it. And I was like, you know what, never mind. And he's like, let's go get it, like I'm not gonna leave you. And I was like, no, it's okay. And he's like, let's just go get it, I'm not gonna leave you. And I was like, like I'm fine. And he's like, it's fine, go get it. I was like, no, it's okay, I don't want to have to stop and like go restroom again, like no. And he's like, let's just go get it, it's fine. And I'm like, okay. So I asked him to give me some money. He's like, you don't have any money on you? I was like, you know this. And he's like, oh yeah, you're supposed to remind me. And I was like, yeah, this is me reminding you, I don't got no money. So he hands me a $5 bill. So I get off and I go and get the freaking Slurpee. I go and pay. I come out and he's gone. He's gone. Yeah. So I'm like, boom, 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 freaking out. And I'm like, where the did he go? Where the did he go? Like, I am freaking the out, y'all. Like, literally, I feel like when you get into these panic modes, it's like fog. You can't see, or you can't like even like think straight, even if things are like right there, you know, like you're just like, what, like you literally freak out that your brain's like override. Have you ever went into a room and you're like, oh, I need to go get my lotion, and you're like, oh my god, where the hell is my lotion? And then someone else comes in and they're like, it's right here. It was one of those moments. Okay, so I'm like, oh my god, like where is he? I'm like freaking out. He has to honk. He went and kind of like hid on the side. He said he didn't hide, that he just got closer, but like it was hidden, y'all. This felt like it was purposely done to freak me the f out, because it wasn't like he moved closer to like the very front, so when I walked out he would be right there. He went into like a place that I wouldn't be able to see, that was like hiding. Okay, I didn't understand it, and there was even empty parking spots up closer. So I'm like, okay, he is doing this intentionally, and I don't understand why people are like this, because he's not the first person to be like this. And it literally like would mess with me, because if I would bring it up, hey, like this wasn't cool, like why did you do that? Oh my gosh, like it's not that serious. Oh my god. And people are really nasty like this. Like I still have people around me that are still gross like this, where I'm just like, can you just like not help it? Like, are you sick? Is you good? What is wrong with you? Like, were you shaking as a baby? Because like this kind of behavior is not okay. Like, it's gross, and they literally think like, oh, it's not that deep, it's not that serious. Yes, it is. Who raised you, bitch? And he honks, and I'm like, and then he's just like laughing, and he was like, oh my gosh, estás bien, mija? Like, I wouldn't leave you. And I was like, why did you do that? Y'all was pissed as I was like, I don't find this funny. He was like, ay, relájate, it's just a joke, it's just a joke. I was like, nah, like that's not funny. Like jokes are supposed to be funny. You're not funny. Like I was so upset, because I'm like, I don't find this funny. Like it really wasn't funny. Like a joke is like a ha 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 ha. Like no, this wasn't a ha 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 ha. Like it was not. Like it made me infuriated, you guys. It made me lose the appetite for the Slurpee. I did not drink it at all, and I got me a large. I was so mad because I just couldn't, like I could not, like I was just like, and he was like, ay, Alexis, relájate, mija. I was like, He's like, I don't want you to have a bad attitude when you see this person. Like, it's okay, mija. Like, touching my thigh and everything. I was like, no me toques. Like, don't touch me. He's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna make it so hard for your husband to ever joke with you. And I'm just like looking at him like the and I was like, well, I'm gonna make sure that I marry someone that makes me laugh. And he's just like, ay, mija, like just keeps touching my thighs. I was like, por favor, like no me toques, like don't touch me. And he's just like, oh my gosh, like what does that man have to do? Oh my gosh, like everyone's always so upset. Blah, 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 blah. We're pulling up closer and closer and closer to the airport. We get off, we're walking, and he's just like kind of like frustrated with like where we have to go, this and that, this, like frustrated. And we're like super early, okay? This person's not gonna land for like 2 hours. And so he's like, oh, I came on time. And he's just like, oh, this, and he's like asking that like how much is the ticket for like us to park here. And he's just like upset about everything. Like he's just like mad. And he's mad that like I didn't finish the Slurpee. He's mad that like I can't take a joke. He's mad that I left the library and he had to pick me up somewhere else. He's mad that like Sam doesn't ever listen. Sunshine was telling him he was rude. She told him about like, oh, why did she have to ask why? Like how is she supposed to know? So he was just like, and I'm just like literally just zoning out. And anytime he's like saying anything, he's like, are you listening? Do you hear me? And I was like, I didn't hear one thing. And he's like, ¿qué? Like, ¿por qué? Like, what? Like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm in La La Land. Like, dude, I'm not listening to you. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not listening. Like, I don't want to hear what he has to say. Like, I literally don't. So we have to wait there for 1 hour to 2 hours, where it literally feels so freaking long. He keeps like leaving to go to the restroom. I'm like freaking out because I'm like, oh my god, where is he? And then he would be like, I didn't even take that long. I'm right here. But it felt like he was purposely leaving for long periods of time and then be like, why are you freaking out? And then I'm like, maybe that's just me because of my anxiety. And he's really not, but that's how I feel because I'm freaking out. But I feel like he was intentionally trying to like scare me. It's a nasty feeling where like you don't trust the people around you, so you're constantly second guessing yourself and their intentions. It's a nasty feeling. So I was trying so hard to like tell myself that like it's fine, it's not that deep. And that's something that kind of sometimes a little like gets like when I'm with my husband at the store and we will go separate and I'll keep trying to get a hold of him and I'll be calling him and calling him and calling him, and he has AirPods in and he'd be like, oh, it's because I didn't hear, or oh, because this, or whatever. And I have to tell myself like it's fine. Even let's just say, God forbid, really does leave me in the store by myself one time. He's like, oh, I forgot that I brought her with me. I'm grown. I can walk home, get an Uber, have my friend pick me up, have my brothers pick me up, whatever. Like, I'm not stuck there. It's not in the middle of nowhere, you know? But like little Lex will come through and I'll be like, oh my God. Like, why isn't he answering? He always has his phone on him. He always has the AirPods. Like, what is he possibly doing? You know? And then when I finally do see him, I'm like, why didn't you answer, babe? He's like, oh, I was on a phone call. Didn't hear it. My AirPods are dead. Something stupid, right? And I'd be like, oh, okay. But like literally little Lex inside me would be like, I have to tell myself like, it's chill. You know what I mean? Like, you're fine. But it's so weird how like the brain works and it puts you like, eh. So anyways, I'm like freaking out in the airport. He'd go to go get a snack, to go pee, to go look around, and I'd be like, like, and like it was just, it was so annoying. He tells me that we have to go down to like where the luggage is at, and that this person, it has already landed and they're already like looking for him. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so he's kind of just like, he's chewing gum, he's like cleaning off his hands, and he's just like really nervous. And I'm like, oh, like who is it? And he's like, pero no me hablas. And I'm like, okay, someone who doesn't have anxiety, okay, whatever. And he's just like, I can't think. And I'm like, well, why you gotta think for? You just gotta find the person. Like, it's fine. Me over here, I have a panic attack, not fighting him. And so we're like looking. And then I just see someone going like this, like really like fast, like kind of like a little annoyed, but kind of like, and I'm like, oh, like who, like I'm like trying to see like who it is, because I can kind of see her face, because people are walking right. It's Cheeks, Sam's mom. And I'm gonna end it there. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure to thumbs up the video, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
When I make a video, do you post them still?
Uh-huh.
Or do you just edit me out?
No, I don't edit you out.
So
some stuff you say, but not all the stuff.
No, I don't say anything bad. Like, I'm just in here.
Yeah.
I'm just in here. Oh, no one knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you just, like, edit me out.
No. Maybe if you're talking about stuff that you don't want, like, that's, like, private and stuff. But if it's, like, you coming in and we're having a little chit-chat, then, yeah, like, I keep it in. What's up, Mama?
I'm just wondering, like, what are you going to post?
I'm going to do a story time, and I'm going to do that color that I was looking for on TikTok. Remember, I was like, oh, I'm looking for a banana shade. I found the banana shade, so I'm going to post about it.
What if, like, let me see your teeth? Or, like, if this one doesn't come out, what happens?
Oh, it will come out.
Mom, I'm just saying if it doesn't.
Then I guess you have a baby teeth forever. Eileen has a baby teeth. It never came out. Yeah, but it will.
Did you had one? Or did it all
No, mine are just small.
Oh. That's funny.
Okay, I need to record, okay, baby? I love you.
Love you.
Stay away from my head, because she moody today. If we stay away from her, I'll give you this.
I take that.
Okay, bet. Love you.
Love you. I got a really quick question.
Yes.
When you set up the stuff, are you gonna like stay up for a little and do the eggs too?
I don't know.
You should.
Interruption number 3.
Can I use it?
Oh yeah, where'd you get it?
I found it in the drawer.
Nice. Yeah.
You said you didn't have any.
I thought that I told you. I said the first drawer and the second drawer, and you're like, I'm not looking in the second drawer.
No, it wasn't in the second
Where
drawer.
was it?
First drawer. She put it in the corner under all of them.
Nice.
Yeah, I was about to make them all my decals white. I'm just like.
Good.
And so I was like sorting through them, and then I saw this.
Nice.
And took that red I wanted. And so I'm gonna make.
See, we're just being patient. Interruption number 4.
This is the last measurements we used, right? Because I went to previous. Yeah. Okay. And I looked at the thing, you know, because it's just going to be over 30. Yeah. And it's not going to be, these are not going to be huge, right?
No, it's going to be those. This is the same measurement that you say for under Eli? Yeah. For sure.
I went to previous.
Smaller, okay. Okay.
I'm
You're
not
good to
printing
go.
out the number 30.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, to go off of it, right? To make sure it's sized and everything.
I can hit multiple stickers, right?
Yep. Love you.
Bye, love you.
Love you.
Love you. Can you fix mine now?
Baby, no. I can fix it tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Easter.
Okay. I can fix it tomorrow, but
Why?
Cause, baby, I'm doing something.
You want to know something?
Uh-huh.
Why is my hair on this side when it's on this side?
It's flipped, the monitor. You would think that, like, my husband's not home, but no, he is right there.
Good night, love you.
You're gonna go to bed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Recently, too, I went off on my mom. That's for another time. Story time on that. Oof. It's just, and I'm just talking about this because, like, this is my way of, like, healing and, like, going through it. And I'm gonna be alright. I'm gonna be cool. I'm good. I'm good. And then me not going over there, it was a huge step. And I've had to cut off quite a few people because the guilt that people are so used to putting on me, and I'm just not allowing it. I'm just like, no, I can't. And then if I post anything that, like, me and my kids are doing or we're having fun, they're like, wow, we're literally going crazy out here with your mom. That's what you're doing? Yes, that's what the I'm doing. Because this is my village. Yes. And we're up baking cakes at 2, 3 in the morning. Yes, that's what the we're doing. The nerve and the audacity that people really want to put on me. Or be like, oh, your poor grandma. She has sons. My mom has brothers. They can help. Because when they were put away, my mom and my grandma were helping. So yeah, having the anxiety and having ADHD and, like, the nasty, like, thoughts that you can, like, have in your brain, like, repeatedly of, like, feeling guilty, and then I just have to, like, break through and be like, it's chill, like, it's chill. And I'm so glad that I actually stuck to it, you guys, because it would have been easier just to go to shut everyone the f up. Let's begin.